as we go forward and continue to make all three cars better. And I mean, everything was a strategic play, and I think you saw that, and it doesn't look fun and great from the outside optics, but from within, the blueprint, the game plan of Jeff Dickerson and everybody in that office and office space is still the same, and it hasn't changed, and this is just another aggressive strategic move by them.
So you could see it coming?
Yeah, I mean, we all could, per se.
What can carry over from Atlanta? Of course, you really showed what you're able to do in the draft. Is it all mental that comes from there, or is there certain driving techniques that maybe you picked up on that can benefit you on Sunday?
Atlanta's so different. I don't know. Atlanta's just such its own breed. It really reminds me of like 2000s old bumpy Daytona, watching them drive, and talking to Biffle yesterday, just kind of having the same characteristics. Here it's just kind of its own animal. So you're just kind of balancing saving fuel, and then hoping the caution doesn't come out if you're saving, and if you're not saving, you're hoping the yellow does come out to save you, because when it gets gridlock, you're going to want to be in the right spot.
Forgive me if you've been asked this already, but you've been called a bit of a personality before. We got another personality here this weekend with Cletus McFarland. Talk to me. Have you guys kind of interacted, gotten to hang out a little bit?
Yeah, we've hung out like all week almost. He was in North Carolina for a little bit, so I went out, and he was doing the ride to Dente stuff and Chili's at the Chili's display. We've been hanging out, and I've been talking to Biffle and him and everything, and we're trying to figure out when I can go to the Freedom Factory or go have a good time with them. And we played iRacing and stuff, so it's a lot of fun. Cletus is great, and he's super cool off the camera, which is obviously most ideal, and it's just a genuine I feel like friendship and relationship that we've kind of just started per se, and just meeting him on iRacing and having a good time, and we have a lot of the same interests, and want to have a good time doing it. Mine's having a good time while doing it on Sunday. His is building his businesses and doing YouTube and everything, and being a personality with fast cars and having a good time. So the core values of having a good time is aligned.
And I'm sure you've been asked this in some form already, but what is the kind of vibe around the garage right now? Anytime a big change like that happens, how do you kind of build back up after it?
That's a tough question, because I don't know if we need to build back up, right? Like, it was Spire's, this is the plan, strategic, aggressive moves is what they do, right? Within Spire, and talking to them, it's not a surprise for me. I don't think it's a surprise for Spire. I don't think it's a surprise for even some of the industry. It's just a big surprise for everybody outside that aren't in the day-to-day, or even watching the day-to-day, right? You can see organizations or see how they do, even if you're not on that organization, if you're within the garage. And I have full faith in Spire and Jeff Dickerson and everybody, and they're up there with a big game plan, right? It's constantly moving people, parts, things, for a long-term goal, and it's continuously moving and shuffling, and this is an aggressive, again, strategic move that they see fit that is good for the long run, and we all have a lot of faith, and maybe it doesn't look what it does, but for us, I think we're all confident that this is the best for everybody.
28 straight weeks, including this one now going forward. Talk to me about how important it is to enjoy that lone off week when that's really all you get.
Yeah, I went to the racetrack, so I enjoy going to the racetrack. I enjoy racing. I don't enjoy off weeks. I wish I could race a lot more. I had to win some to be allowed to do that, hopefully more, but that's a goal that I'm striving towards, because I think it would make me a way better race car driver being able to race 200 times a year, and but you have to be successful here first, because this is ultimately what we're here to do.
My Place Hotels is proud to be the official hotel partner of Frontstretch. With plush beds, in-room kitchens, and pet-friendly hotels, My Place makes for the perfect pit stop when traveling. Frontstretch fans can use promo code Frontstretch to save 10% on your stay at any of our nationwide properties. Sign up for our Stay Rewarded program to get even more savings. With My Place Hotels, don't just stay, stay rewarded.